Hello everybody, this is the Pantek brothers, and I'm Josh. And today I have for you an oldie, but a goodie. Live for Speed. And I'm sure most of you, at least of the newest generation, have probably never heard of this title, and have never played it, or possibly never even seen it. Those of us who are a little more advanced in years have probably heard of it and probably played at least the demo. So anyway, Live for Speed was originally released in 2003 and has had ongoing development work since that point, with the latest patch actually being released in September of last year, 2016. So Live for Speed has a couple different licenses you can buy, and they unlock basically different things. And so I'll give you guys an idea of what those are. So we will go to the garage, and these are the available cars currently. So there is only two officially licensed vehicles, and that is the Formula BMW and the Sauber F1. So those are the only two officially that are legitimate cars. You can obviously see from the models that they resemble some real life cars. So we have the Caterham, Honda Civic, maybe a Pontiac, or maybe an older Nissan or Mazda, Porsche, Mini Cooper. And so basically, what is Live for Speed? It would fall under the category of simulation. So I'm going to go with the XF GTR, which is basically kind of a souped up version of just the XF GTI. And so you can change the colors. There is a generous number of tweaks you can do to the setups, and I'm going to leave everything kind of like that. Hit OK. And let's talk tracks real quick while we're here. So we have Blackwood, South City, Fern Bay, Autocross Park, Kyoto Ring, West Hill, Aston, and Rockingham. And each one of these have their own different layouts, with an entire complex that you can choose at each of these. So you can actually pick to have the whole track basically almost available to you. So you can do drag racing, there's skid pad, but we will stick to Blackwood. That's one of the initial first tracks that's available with the demo license, and we will pick that one. So obviously, as this is an older game, the visuals are obviously not going to be up to snuff with the modern, but it holds its own. So let's take a quick lap or two and show you a little bit of what Live for Speed can do. Speed limiter. So for back in the day, Live for Speed had some pretty good physics. The only competitor at the time was the first version of R Factor, and both kind of were pretty close to each other. While I said Live for Speed, I think, had a better tire model, and I will show you later on, I think it has better damage system as well. Again, I haven't played this in years. As it has still been receiving updates, just very, very far and few between. I install it every once in a while just to see where things are at, see what new content's been added. but not much. Even though it's such an old title, something it does support is VR, which is actually pretty surprising. Let me switch to the inside view real quick. Take one more lap around this track. One thing I liked about Live for Speed back in the day is that it was pretty moddable as far as textures go. So you could go and replace all the textures on the inside, create new steering wheel textures, you could actually replace the track textures. And so a lot of us on the community at the time would go in and create some high resolution textures. And there's still actually some work on development of creating some shader packs for this that improves the shaders and increases the texture resolutions that are in development. So let me bring this back around real quick to the finish line. Alright, let's bring it to a stop real quick. And I don't think there is a replay. There we go. It's been a long time again since I've played this. So we will take a look at this. So obviously it's dated. The graphics don't keep up with the likes of Assetto Corsa or Project Cars. Again, for the time, keep in mind the graphic engines for this has not changed since 2003 and hasn't really received any major overhaul since then. Most of the updates have been focused around physics and some gameplay tweaks. One of the best things about Live for Speed is its netcode. The multiplayer for Live for Speed was amazing. For back in the day, obviously, 2003 time frame, home high-speed internet was really just coming into its own. DSL and cable were not nearly as prominent as they are today. So a lot of people still on 56K dial-up back then. And even on that, the game ran really well. There was and probably it still is, to my knowledge, a strong following for online leagues and racing. So you can play some multiplayer and won't find a shortage really of people to play against. The AI is not terrible either. Force feedback is pretty good. When I had this originally back in the day, I did have an older wheel and pedal set, the Logitech Momo, and it felt really good to race on. There's people who used mouse and keyboard on it. Actually, you can set the mouse to analog inputs for the steering. And then I'm obviously using a gamepad, but obviously the visuals are not that bad. I've played some other games that are far inferior to even this, so you can obviously run it on pretty much anything nowadays. Laptops even, it would probably handle it just fine. So overall, if you're looking for a fun sim, you can still buy this, to my knowledge. I want to say it's only maybe $15–20. Again, my memory fails me, as it's been a very long time since I've purchased this game. I even remembered my password to my login account to unlock the game. So you associate the key for the game to an account, and I remembered it. Granted, on the third try, but still. So yeah, let me exit out of this real quick, and actually let me do in race. I'm gonna pick a different car for you real quick, and I'm gonna show you guys the damage model. This is one thing I actually really enjoyed. It's a lot of fun. Let's pick a different skin. There we go. And actually, with the track, I'm going to show you guys the whole car park. Alright, so let's run into something here. I've killed my car, as you can see. But there's a nice deformation of the models, unlike some other sims that are really just like the bumper will fall off, or the hood will fall off, or the wing will fall off. This simulates the impacts. So I'm trying to maybe hit the rear end into something. Yeah, there you go, all scrunched up. So there's a couple different games on the market now that kind of have a similar damage model. Yeah, you can drive all along this, go out onto the track, or just mess around. One cool thing about Live for Speed, it actually has rallycross. So there's a couple track configurations on this one. There's a rallycross track, as is there on Fern Bay, and there's a karting track on West Hill. So there's all kinds of cool things. That's actually Karting National. Let's do this one. Let's switch over to the small cart. Let's take it for a spin real quick. Oh, this thing's quick. Fun though. In Live for Speed, there is no assist. You can do auto gearing, which actually I have turned off, but there is no ABS, traction control, that type of thing, to my knowledge. I don't remember. There might be, but I don't remember seeing that in the options. Lost it. I'll give you guys a view from. I just stalled it. If I can remember. I don't remember what it. No, I don't remember what it is to restart the car. But anyway, so there's a quick look back at Live for Speed. They have single player, obviously multiplayer. They have time trials, and then a whole slew of training scenarios that you can go through from easy to hard. Kind of like the Gran Turismo licensing system. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Look at Live for Speed. If you enjoyed the game, looks like something interesting, go and pick up a copy. It's still a blast to play. I know my brothers and I used to play it back in the day over some LAN parties. And I'll see you guys in the next video.